Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a special read for you today. It is the Divine Masculine Twin Flame read, and we have a little gift today from Mary Magdalene. So I took a picture of the flowers out front, the little buttercups, and that I happened to wear the buttercup sweater today. So that wasn't planned. I just ended up looking at the flowers when I went outside before the video, and there were the flowers. So I took some pictures for you so you could take in the beautiful energy and give your love to the flowers and the showers, and show your appreciation. And I'm going to get right into the read. It is March 30th today, 2019. The 30 is the Four of Wands. It's a 3 with a 0 behind it, which is expressing yourself, supported by Source. And it's also that Four of Wands, which is the Union card, which is also structure, stability, housing, but remember that your heart is your home. The day adds up to the 45-9, which is that 5 of Cups of grief and mourning, the purging cycles, but it's letting go of all that, letting go of the past, and let it go. Let it be behind you. Excuse me, my glasses are a little foggy. Okay. So it is a beautiful sunny day here. I have to say I woke up feeling like I was on no-dose, like just from nothing. And so I couldn't sleep as long as I would have liked to. And there's still some of that nervous energy in the stomach. You might be feeling that as well. It could definitely be coming from your twin, or it could just be the general energies. But either way, it's for you to transmute those energies, okay? So let's take in a deep breath, okay? All right, so we have the Four of Wands of home and union, and the 5 of Cups of letting go of the past. And as we get into the read, which was done, by the way, at 9:11 to 9:13, so it's about urgent endings. It was the Sirian Starseed deck, and I do have those cards today to show you, and I have the major arcana for that deck. Starseed, which is the Fool, Star, which is the Star, Karma, which is the Judgment card normally, Tower, and then Strength, which are both the same. And I also was noticing the birds chirping before I started the read today. So it's definitely the announcement of spring. And where are we? It's the 30th. Okay, so we're already in spring. But there was like with the buttercups, it's like Jesus and Mary Magdalene officiating the spring. That's what I'm getting. So the numbers were 4 swords, 1 wand, 1 cup, 411, urgent information. On top of 911 is the time of the read. The court cards were King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. So even though it was heavy on the swords, 411, 3 of the swords were people. They were King of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Queen of Swords. And of course the Knight of Swords doesn't have to be a person. And also the card after the read and the card before the read were Knight of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so in the Sirian Starseed deck, the Knight of Pentacles is someone proposing. And the 9 of Pentacles is the Sovereign. So they're very positive energies. The message here for the masculine was all about patience, and it was very specifically coming up, which I'll probably say again at some point in the read. The anxiety may be coming up due to the feminine's impatience. So her impatience may trigger his anxieties, and vice versa, okay? So having to do with patience, and the numbers being 98, 17, 9, 77, 411, 987, 24, 6, and then 789, that sequence as well. The message was about being good to yourself, being sweet with yourself for the masculine, having patience. It was the Hermit definitely came up here, and the Fool, and Ma also came up, as well as the Divine Feminine. So the Hermit, or the collective consciousness, or the Wise One, eating is good was coming up to aid the Divine Feminine, Mother, Starseed, with the sacking sweets, so letting go of sweets, And also being so sweet, like being a saint. It's like saying you can sack the sweetness and be authentic instead. But saying as far as your behavior, but also what you eat. And be patient with yourself. Eating is good. Proper eating is good. Okay. Also, that gateway was coming up again, the Euro-India Gateway, ESPN, because that EIG was coming up. And so to make sure you keep those gateways open and nice and clean and clear. So no matter what the gateway is, so whether it's your GI tract or your connection, your etheric connection with your twin, your connections with anyone else, it's just saying keep all of those avenues clear. And your fallopian tubes were coming up yesterday as well. Patience, 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 and ground, ground, ground. And G and I is always grounding and integrating. Ground, ground, ground. Let's see if there's anything about that other than that was coming up. Also, there also may be a gateway between you and your children, your divine masculine or divine feminine, and the other person's children. So there's like a gateway opening up here. And there's also, it's emphasizing that Euro-India gateway, which is very much about that Atlantis energy, okay? So ending this gateway, the end of the separation, the 4D bridge, right? Because when you get into 5D, all right, you're ready to meet with your twin. There's an aid is coming up, but also that's ADE. It can be Addie. So that aid and the divine feminine connection there, about her being the mother starseed. Sustenance is patience. Okay, patience is golden. Showing. If you're showing power, you might have little knee flares, which was funny because I would have, one day I might have some right knee pain a little bit, and then the next day I would jog and I wouldn't have any issues at all, and then the next day I would get a little pain in my left knee, so it might just go back and forth depending on what energy you're reflecting. So whatever power you're showing may reflect in your masculine or feminine knee, your eye God. Also, Georgia was coming up, and yesterday it was Russian, German was coming up. What else was coming up yesterday? And I watched the Highwaymen last night, which was like the guys who killed Bonnie and Clyde. So that was interesting. That was a good movie. It wasn't the most exciting movie, but it had a nice message in it. Oh, so German, Australia, Russian came up yesterday. Maya, the name Maya, and the ear, being the fly on the wall, which I've definitely brought up a couple times in my readings this week. Like, make sure you listen. Make sure you keep your connection open. Also, when the bread song came up, my twin flame friend told me she liked the bread song from my video the other day, and she was also giving back to me, I want to hold your hand, okay? So that was also coming up, so the Beatles. Okay. Yeah, so Georgia, Sacramento is coming up again also today in the coding. Georgia and Sacramento, as well as Sacramento Street in Georgia, as well as Sac Street, but then it was coming up as Sacramento anyway. Also, SAC was coming up as Homeland Security Investigation Principal Field Offices, which is very interesting since I was watching this movie about all these officers, trying to catch Bonnie and Clyde. And it was coming up specifically, the offices that came up in the prompt were Minneapolis and San Juan. Also of note were Charlotte and Atlanta, and then I'm in Philadelphia, so that was one of the offices as well, which is at 220 and room 200, so the twos were coming up again. And also Valdosta it's south of Atlanta, that was also coming up. So getting right into the read, the underlying energy was this high anxiety feeling, the feeling like you were on no-dose or speed or something when you woke up this morning. Okay, so this is the energy from the cards, okay? So the Sovereign is here, but there's some anxiety energy coming up here, which is fear and hiding. So that high anxiety fear of a happy man losing hope. The Empress impatient, sovereign blocked by anxiety due to her own impatience. The King of Cups may be out concerned about aligning with a block or a frame. So someone might be being framed, and maybe the masculine didn't know, and now he knows, and he doesn't want to get pulled into that. Can't get to her, the feminine, because Michael and Thoth have her sealed, wrapped up for the Emperor, sealed for delivery. Block at work, like lead, blocks radiation. The bull and lion cannot get to her, while the Emperor cracks codes and aligns. So this King of Cups does not need to be the masculine. It could be somebody else who's interfering, or whoever's pulling him into this other stuff he doesn't want to be associated with. The 5D connection is out, and the Queen of Swords with her truth, higher truth, talking about indecision, and that being a lie because you're not connected with your higher self, not making a choice, is exposed. And it was just 11-11. And then 11-14 is important too, because that'll come up as well. 11 is justice. 14 is the angels. It's also patience, which is the word that came up for you guys today. This is for the masculine. All right, so choose to be happy and free, childlike, no worries. Let go of the past, just know your path, and enjoy the sun without dark interference or timelines. Just be present, signed, sealed, and delivered, and on its way. Just trust. For the masculine, let your friends help was the underlying energy, and beneath that was after you've released your ex. King of Wands, nurturing out openly, but harsh truth is there in the open about abuse, arrests, and if this doesn't apply to you, don't make it fit. But they're all different things playing out here for all different people. Abuse is definitely going to be in most people's background. So abuse is coming up, as well as arrest, which also can be a rest, someone who needed rest, so a break, maybe they needed a health break, rehab, hospitalization, or the divine masculine feels held hostage by everyone in his situation, in his life, including the divine feminine, at work, at home, in bed, always watching what he does. Thinking of or with two women, or seen that way, and just with his kids feeling castrated by fear. Or the King of Wands and King of Swords are two different people. Maybe a few divine masculines are twin brothers, one very loving and the other with a wandering eye narcissist. Or multiple personality disorder, or just different expressions of him, all stem from fear of being the bad man. Remember that what part religion plays in all of that. So two players in the rose bushes, not knowing there's a third person there, an innocent. But there's gossip around and nosy people spying, now questioning the King of Swords' intentions. The divine masculine may be around a lot of dark players, using him for superficial reasons. He may have been drawn into something sexual or dark energy that he doesn't really agree with, but doesn't know now how to get out of. Could be as simple as codependency on a partner or extended family. The divine feminine wants to be vulnerable with him, but he's turned her away so many times, she has trouble trusting him fully. So trust is that issue that needs to be let go of. Exposing herself, but she's keeping Excalibur close, just in case, right? So the divine feminine may not know that he's not having sex, but he doesn't understand that if he sends her any sexual energy, it takes her back to having sex with your partner. She feels abused because even if the divine masculine is with nobody right now, he shouldn't be sending her a booty call without respecting her and loving her first, i.e., loving himself first. He doesn't realize that a shared orgasm without love behind it is a lie. It's a form of self-sabotage. To love himself first would be having faith that his twin is the right one for him, trusting his own intuition as opposed to listening to others or listening to his own fears. How could the match be wrong when you both know you are two sides of the same coin? And then I love it because Spirit brought me in a song I wrote a long time ago. And if you're interested in me posting it, it's not, I haven't played it in so long, I'd have to practice a lot to figure out how to play it again because I'm not that great as far as technical songwriting. But it's a practice recording. So it's not the worst, but some of my notes are definitely pitchy. So if you want me to post it, I will. But these are the words from that song, and I wrote it. This is many, many years ago. There's one line that ends, everything you think is real to the masculine is a lie unless you feel, because you are the flowers. And you create the rain. You are something that can't be gotten, though your heart's the same. Ding dong, ding dong. The doors are opening for you and Spirit's connecting with me. Don't you know that you're an angel too? When your mother loved you as a child, don't you know you're still worthwhile? Don't you know that there's a promise? There's a secret of your life. Hold your chin up and don't be in such a hurry. Your life will catch up. And though we will cry, and though life will pass us by, you will know, because the story's been told. The story's been told. It's been told that you are someone who can't be gotten, though your heart's the same. And then after I wrote this down, and Spirit's still connecting with me, at 10:33, and 33 is the Christ vibration and a turn for the better, I was getting Let It Be and I Want to Hold Your Hand. Okay, so then the Beatles were coming in. And of course, Mother Mary comes to me, Let It Be. Okay? So now we're being Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. Okay, so the mother-in-law. Okay? So I turn the page and we go into leadership for the underlying energy for the masculine. And underneath that was new beginnings. So he's already into the new beginnings and showing his leadership on this journey. Death and transformation, of purging cycles, of conflict, competition, but expansion. It's over. Time for expansion through love. Crying when you need to. Stop judging yourself. Expressing your feelings passionately. There are other sheep just like you out in the flock. Don't be shy. Shine your love light like E.T. And as I wrote down E.T., I smelled paint or varnish. So I don't know if somebody's painting out there. So I'm sure many of you are. Go outside in the grass and say hello to the butterflies and the buttercups. Feel the energy in the air, the beautiful fabric of this life, and open your windows. Or on your windows, lace and gold, casino carpets with gold. Death of the old, let the new spring in. Love is in the air. Take advantage of the positive energies. The Eight of Wands and the Sun. The Emperor's fears are unwarranted, which is funny because the movie I watched last night was about a warrant for their arrest, Bonnie and Clyde. All right, so the arrest is unwarranted. You don't need arrest, you just need to move towards your divine feminine. Let friends help you with what to do with your sexual energy, or how to let go of your addictions and lead the way if you need help. Your friends are there to help. So recently, and I'm getting an itch inside my ear again. So that's about, again, keeping your ears clear, your channels clear and your ears open. Recently is the Star. Okay, this is the energy in the recent past for the masculine. The Star offered a new life to the Queen of Cups out of fear. So the Star can be the masculine. It could also be an Aquarius. Someone who offered a new life to the Queen of Cups out of fear. It also can be just wanting to shine your dreams, like a dream that the masculine had already, trying to still get that dream, not letting go of it. So you might have offered a new life to this Queen of Cups out of fear, or Queen of Cups could be him and his feminine, and this Aquarius was trying to get him to stay, right, with money. But the King of Wands reverse is coming up angry and tired, exhausted. So it's kind of out of that exhaustion that he allowed this offer to go through. What about your inner child feeling guilty and slinking away from work that kept you on the wrong path, or with the wrong people who used you, or you them, if you can admit the truth to yourself? So your Page of Cups, your inner child, that innocent, deserves love and happiness, just like my song lyrics were saying. Attention from you. You deserve, your inner Page of Cups child deserves love and happiness and attention from you, just as much, actually more, than you give to your own kids. The foundation here is the Knight of Swords. Okay? The Knight of Swords with a negative past. Abandoned, homeless, whatever it is, drop it. All burdens now. Like at the blackjack table, all hands off the table now is the message I'm getting. The play is sealed. So, you know, when they close the table, all bets are down, it's sealed. You can no longer place any bets. That's what's saying about the union. The 5D message is signed, sealed, and delivered. Centrally, the energy is the King of Swords. Okay, so we have the King of Swords moving forward to offer his false self as the King of... the big card is probably upright, it's 2112, but there's a minor reflection card, or reflection is probably the reflection. There's a minor clarification card with the King of Swords on the King of Swords reversed. So his minor self is coming up as his false self, but he's moving forward to let go of that reversed self. The King of Swords reverse, with some help to fess up. The Knight of Pentacles can also be a friend, where he's either pushing himself to tell the truth, or he has a friend who's helping him to push in the right direction. And it was 2112, that 21 is the world, and the Hangman of Wisdom. No longer Jesus upright on the cross. It's the Hangman of Wisdom. Expressing feelings, because when you invert, it helps stretch your spine out, okay, to rebalance your spine. So expressing feelings, passionate as the devil in the justice system, a marked man but innocent child inside. The challenge being the fresh start, the leap of faith. Okay, which is also like the opening of the star seed and the crown. The challenge being this fresh start, a leap of faith for the masculine, opening his crown, the seed of life, to leave a job and take the lead. Awaken more fully to lower energies, be aware of them. Cupid is calling you into action to flirt with danger, the divine masculine and his inner child. To accept and receive, masculine has trouble receiving as well, to receive a new life offer, that this gossip or group is a blessing in disguise and is offering you an escape. Okay? There may be a low ball offer that is the perfect reason for you to not take it. But either way, there's some kind of blessing in disguise here. It awakens you to the truth of your worth to them. In a heated conversation with the devil, a judge may have been paid off by someone. Crowning is the lotus crowning. Okay, so crowning the reed is the lotus crowning. And open to release all karma, end of the sham-fam cycle, on your way to get busy, over the loss, heartbreak, and separation, all based on insecurities, fear, and manipulation of Leo or ego, leaving to give her energy elsewhere. But it's actually that your energy is over her head, and she is unaware and can't see it or understand it. So judgment, final decision, and true connection at the gate, sweet tweets of union, freedom, twin connection, transformation, and change, ending nightmare, transmuted in flames of new passion, all now burned away. Justice or divorce may have left him with little, or a need to learn something new, like true romance and passionate exchange, tied to kissing and dancing in the sun and the rain. Rest and silence, dumping burdens, confessing feelings of being hung up, or cross keys, twin, Hieros Gamos. Strength, putting Leo and or ego to rest, their final resting place. And then Psalms came up. 8, 12, but there is no 8, 12. It was giving me 8, 12, 1, 9, 10, 13, 2, 7. But this was very interesting because Psalm 8 only has 9 parts. So, and it only, of the 9 parts, it's only telling us to read, so the 12 was referencing 1, 2, because 1 and 2 came out separately, but to not read 3 through 6. And I have 7, and 8's there, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, but don't read in between. So of course I did, because it's reading in between the lines, and why are we not supposed to look at those lines? So here's your answer here. So from Psalm 8, which is to the chief musician upon Gilith. If I say any words wrong, I'm sorry, I'm not religiously educated at all, okay, so I'm kind of ignorant in some of those ways. A Psalm of David. Number 1, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all of earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. 2, out of the mouth of babes and sucklings. We were just talking about the innocent divine masculine, okay, his inner child. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger, by being that innocent one. And like I said, there may be a blessing in disguise here. So what we were not supposed to read, all the 3, 4, 5, and 6, goes into what does man, it's talking about the separation of man and God, right? So, and that's the base general idea in 3. And then 4 is, what is man that thou art mindful of him? The son of mortal, why do you visit him, basically. And then 5 is, for thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and has crowned him with glory and honor. So it's like belittling man, where man, each one, is actually God. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. So it's saying, under his feet is Gaia, it's earth. So that one message from 6 I liked, because it was saying, it was just, reiterating that God gave you the earth because it's everything that you need. The feminine energy, and the sun as the masculine. But it was skipping the part which was saying, which was putting separation between man and God. And then we go into 7, and it says, all sheep and oxen, yea, and beasts of the field. And number 8, for 8, Lionsgate, the fowl of the air and fish of the sea, and whatsoever passes through the paths of the seas, those channels. And we've been talking about the gateways here. And number 9, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all of the earth. So it wasn't talking about fear. There's a lot of Bible that talks about fear, and we're letting go of fear. We're letting go of the status between God and man, because all men, the collective consciousness is God. We are all connected with that collective consciousness. So it's letting go of those things in the Bible that connect with fear or connect with separation. And then I was guided to Psalm 9, just a few lines here. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. That was 9:9. 9:11 is, sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion. The Zion needed to come up here. Yesterday, remember Zeus came up? So Zion's coming in today about the Z, because I told you Zeus and Zed, or whatever, what else I was getting, Zorro. But here they're bringing up that Zion, okay? Declare amongst the people his doings, that I may show, and this is 14, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates, Now just talking about the Euro, India gateways and the fallopian tubes, whatever the gateway is, the 4D bridge, that all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. Man. My divine feminine, okay, is the daughter of Zion. And that's 9-4, which are coming up all the time as supposed to be lucky numbers. And 9 is the collective consciousness, and 14 is the angels. And patience, which is today's number. So you can go into Psalms if you want to read all that, but it was specifically Psalms 8, all 9 parts, and then a little bit of 9, and you can read through the rest, but the reason why 10 through 13 were kind of avoided was because there's a lot of fear mongering in the words there. So soon the Queen of Swords comes up without option for the masculine. Without option, she completes the cycle, completely sealed. Okay, she's sealed from all conflict and fighting, all quests for the gold. The male bull exits right. So for any feminines who are still with their masculines, that may relate to the karmic masculine. The male bull exits right from the tent, but the divine masculine stays to reflect the divine feminine. Open a book, chapter 1, no, start in the middle. Chapters 5, 6, 7, 8 are 0 point. For the calendar year, May, June, July, August, which is coming up now, okay? And also, relating to, in other cultures, Valentine's Day, actually is more of July-August timelines. So, and of course, Lionsgate is 8-8. So 7-7-8-8, and it's just 31-13. 31 is the 5 of Wands, that expansion, conflict energy that we are letting go of. And 13, which is death, ending, transformation. So how does this all relate? That we're letting go, we're opening this book to the middle, not the beginning or end, the middle, because that's 0 point. And then it was bringing up the Hindu calendar month of Ashad. Usually begins, and I apologize if I'm not saying it right, 6/22 to 7/22. It like marks the celebration of what is to come, 6/22 to 7/22, Ashad. And again, that starts with Ash. Matthew 7:23, warning against false prophets. Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evil doers. Okay? So letting go of those superficial energies in your life. So we get back into the read. The Knight of Swords will remember his truth. I'm sorry, we're not quite there yet. The Knight of Swords was clarifying the Queen of Swords. The Knight of Swords will remember his truth, his strength, his light-hearted expansion. The Divine Masculine is that phoenix that I just showed you. All right, the phoenix rising, the 7 of Flames here. 2 flames, and if you notice in this card, with all of the clarifying cards on top, let me see if I can show you this. It was all covered like this with stuff in the middle too, like coming right in here, so that you just saw the 2 flames about to align. You see how they're reflecting each other, yet they just need to shift lanes. So that was coming up. So 2 flames lined up, just waiting for the shift into same lane as they pass each other, like 2 ships that pass in the night. 27 comes up here, which is the Ace of Wands, right? New passion. High vibration is showing here. Low vibe is now being saved for only purging, expressing feelings about unworthiness, confusion, and inability to find peace and stuckness for the masculine. Forgiving and learning came up for the masculine, as well as healing family issues, chemistry, and then wedding before engagement, so the cart before the horse. But it's saying wedding, which could just mean, you know, that this situation involved marriage, but then there's engagement, which is just moving your relationship to a higher level. So around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the Tower, with lightning and lots of fires to put out, fending off others in a split, and lies, jealousy, and insincerity suddenly all out to be dealt with. He's been blocked by the devil and sleeping with the enemy, which could just mean himself. Clear blocks of tiger's eye on the prize, being ferocious, manly, and strong. The King of Pentacles, Capricorn, waves hello while chained down below. Wealthy family, deception, no longer fighting for battle of wounds. Okay? So remember, the masculine's battle is his family's battle, it's the genetics and the family lineage. So they're now, masculine now ending all battles, and there's just 34, 43, and 44. So 34 is the passionate exchange of energy. It's the 8 of Wands and the arrows of love. And then 43 is the coming together, the Three of Cups, and 44 is the mastering of the energies when you come in together. So the Divine Masculine is no longer going to be the victim here. He's learning patience, and even more so self-love and music. Music of the spheres was just coming up. Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, okay? Longing for his twin fantasy third party, the masculine. Taking steps to heaven, over the loss, gossip and overindulgences, burning the past, ready to propose. So now this is the solution card, the energy that the read ends on, the Seven of Cups, taking the stairs to heaven, taking the steps needed to be taken. He's taking those steps to heaven over the loss, gossip, and overindulgences and burning the past, ready to propose in confession to the high priestess and or secret hung up on prisoner that he rejected. Leo was strong-arming him, which also could be ego. He's a bit shy and or emotionally immature due to being controlled by all the women in his life. He's been grounding and saving and coming out with it to fall on his face if needed to make up for rejection, emotionally detached from heartbreak and separation in the downturn of luck so that lovers could come out on top. Okay, so this was the read. And when I said the King of Pentacles, Capricorn waves hello while chained down below, it was 12:01 right there. So there was a shift right there because we shifted from AM to PM, and that's alternating currents. So at 12:07, I turned the page. Anxiety of the 5D message and 3D announcements to rise above fire in multi-tower moments, and fires to put out in order to heal and shine, as the King of Swords is challenged by a fresh start, a leap of faith as the Fool, to the Queen of Swords, Tiger, opening up to steps to take to get to his proposal to be lovers. Anxiety and fear of being seen, private life exposed for the masculine, 5D messages announced to King of Swords, challenged by his leap of faith to open crown and leave karma behind. Rising like a hot air balloon to meet with the Queen of Swords suddenly in a powerful moment of clarity on the stairway to heaven, Hieros Gamos. Okay, so Hieros Gamos has never come up in my reads before, so it's here, babies. All right, and I'm going to pull you a few oracle cards, and it's obviously a Mary Magdalene kind of day. So we'll call in today. Usually I like to call in the couples, but it's Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary today. So just take a deep breath, you guys. And that was perfect, because it was just 38 and 08 when I said that. 38 is the Queen of Cups, which is Mary Magdalene, and 8 is the Strength card. And it was at 3800, so God supported Mary Magdalene by Mother Mary. All right, so clear and align and fill with only beautiful organic love and light, diamond light. And for this March 30th, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? This is for Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. You can make me cry if you want to. It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. Oh, here's Gamos. Okay, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. So we know which cards are which. Mother. All right, Mother Mary's first and Mary Magdalene. Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. That was Mary Magdalene doing that. Okay. So we have Kuan Yin at the bottom, which is 43. And whoo, I'm getting lightheaded. All right. 43. It's 3 of Cups of coming together. The affirmations: I act from my divine feminine wisdom. And we have here for you Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. And Kuan Yin is the master of the 12th ray of unconditional love. And the Cherise pink, which is like that, the magenta pink. Oh, and it subtly affects your stellar gateway. So here we are with the gateway again. Chakra to build the Antakarana bridge to source. So what came out for you first from Mother Mary is Orion. So all the constellations of Orion. Its number 18 is the moon. The mother-in-law is the moon. She's the third party. That's what she's telling me. The great masters of Orion invite you to visit Orion in meditation or sleep to receive a download of cosmic wisdom. This is an honor, so prepare yourself with intention during the day by showering, lighting a candle, and playing sacred music, which came up today, or walking in nature when you will receive much spiritual light. Orion is the soul star chakra of this universe. You may find it helpful to ask Archangel Mariel to light up your personal soul star chakra, which is above your head, to facilitate your connection. All right, so connection's been so important, so the saying, connect with Mariel to help with opening your chakra more fully to source. Your lotus. All right, and when they talk about chakras, you know, when you talk about how many chakras and the connections, they always talk about petals. So it's all about the flowers and the petals and also the sunflower, okay, for the masculine there, the buttercup. All right, so the affirmation is, I honor the masters of Orion and visit them in my sleep. So definitely I would advise doing that. And you notice Kuan Yin is down here. Kuan Yin is the underlying energy because that's competing mother-in-laws, okay? So Mother Mary's coming up as the Divine Masculine's mother, and then so Kuan Yin has to come up to be the competing mother, okay? They're pretty funny. So Mary Magdalene then brings up Lady Nada, Saint Germain, and the unicorns. Lady Nada's 45, and I'll show them to you. I'm not going to read them all because I want to get on to the other stuff, but I'll show them so you could read them. Lady Nada is 45. Saint Germain is 34. 45 is that 5 of Cups we talked about, and 34 also came up, which is the 8 of Wands, the arrows of love. So one is grief, one is arrows of love, and then 22 is the unicorns, which is the Fool, taking that leap of faith. After the grief is gone, the arrows of love spring from the lotus, and the Fool is then ready to take a leap of faith, because he doesn't care if he falls on his face. And it's saying to remind you too that Lady Nada wants you to be reminded that, you know, Jesus has a higher self too. And Saint Germain's reminding you to transmute, use the violet flame. And Lady Nada is all about healing spiritual and psychic gifts, to use them. The priestess in the Temple of Love in Atlantis, bringing back ancient healing methods. Intuition, telepathy, wisdom, and acting for justice, which is just truth and guide and balance. So use your abilities. Use your violet flame, your violet light. All right, be the great alchemist and magician that you all are, and be the Fool in love. Open your heart fully in love no matter what. Forgive every time. Okay? And the unicorns are 7th dimensional. So we have 7th and 12th dimensional from Kuan Yin, so there's a lot of high energy here. Saint Germain, Lady Nada, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and also, so Orion came up. So all of the ETs from Orion are here with you right now. They're telling me, they want me to read all these because they're telling you all who are present right now. And Spirit's connecting with me fully. It's making me want to cry because it's really high energy. So Orion is all the ETs, and then we have any specific ETs they want to know. It's Sirius and Pleiadians, Arcturians, anything else? Andromedans. Anything else? There may be others. They're saying it's not important. Go on. The other 4 cards that came up, so we had 1 and then 3, and then we have 4. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay. So 7 is, of course, that spiritual number, and we're coming up on 4444 for the 8, because 44-8 is complete mastering at 0 point of the masculine and the feminine. That's what the 4-4 and 4-4 is. The other 4 we have is, we have 1 and 3 is 4, And 4 and 4 is 8. Okay, inchworm, take it a step at a time. The other 4 that came up here, so that you can read them, we have Thoth, number 31, which is the five of Wands. That expansion energy, conflict, competition, but we can expand with love instead. Marco, who came up yesterday, which is 47, Polo, that's the connection. Keep your ears open to hear, and keep your connections clear. And a little alcohol in the ear works wonders. That's from me and them. And then Cosmic Heart, they're saying don't put Q-tips where you obviously people use Q-tips all the time in their ears, but don't poke your eardrum, okay? Because you need that drum. Cosmic Heart is number 9, which is the Hermit, or the collective consciousness, the wise one. And then Jesus is 40, the Page of Cups, the inner divine masculine. All right, so they're coming up for specific reasons. The numbers we told already, and they're 7 to 8, 3 to 4. So it's not just 1 to 2, 1 to 2 of the masculine and feminine, 3 to 4, shut the door, 3 to 4 is the coming together, and then the union, which is the building a structure around you that keeps you safe, where you have good energy, but remember your heart is your home. And then, so really, Hieros Gamos is your home. So we have those 4, and they're very, even though Saint Germain's here, it's very feminine energy, and then we go more into the masculine energy up here. So it's like 4 and 4, because Orion is very etheric of the feminine, the unicorns, Lady Nada, and Saint Germain, because that's all about transmutation. And then over here we have the masculine side of 4. We have Thoth, which is a 4, Marco 47, which is of synchronicities, Marco Polo, and the Cosmic Heart of 9, the collective consciousness, 5, 7, 9. And then I'm just getting, and Jesus needs no introduction. That's the Page of Cups. Okay, so we have 5, 7, 9. He arrives just in time. That's what they're telling you. It's making me want to cry. Thank you guys. Beautiful message. And Thoth, I wanted to tell you about the masculine representation, because Thoth is all about maths and sciences. Mark is about the Astra, the intergalactic fleet, so protection, wisdom and knowledge held by stellar cultures. He also assists Hilarion on the 5th ray of technology, science and knowledge, so that's in line with Thoth as well. And Thoth is all about the harmony, and the body being in harmony. And then we have the Cosmic Heart, which is Venus, of love, and 9th dimensional frequency, and Mother Mary, to call on Mother Mary and or the unicorns for the Cosmic Heart, to breathe in the love from the Cosmic Heart and radiate it outward to everyone today. And you notice I brought up radiation and lead blocking that radiation. There's nothing that can block your love. I am the Cosmic Heart. And then of course Jesus, which is all about just tying this all together with unconditional love. But remember, he's saying there's only love. So when you get confused, there's only love. Fear, love, there's only love. Affirmation, I respond with unconditional love today. I love that. 1, 3, 4. So it's about showing you the vibrations of everything. From 1 to 2, from 3 to 4, 7 to 8 is lay them straight. And 78 is that ultimate family, right? But do you really need to be rich, to be happy? This is for you to decide. For each twin flame couple, it's going to be different, because you each have a different personality. Some might want something very minimal and small, and someone else might want something very grand and big, and it's all good. Okay? Just has to do with what you and your twin are together. So you can't judge each other. Okay? It's all good. It's all supposed to resonate perfectly with you. So we have 5 and 6 weren't coming up specifically. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. You don't have to work hard anymore, because the picking up sticks is trying to load them onto your shoulders. That 10 of Wands, carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulder. No. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 7, 8, lay them straight. And 9, 10, begin again. Okay, so it's always co-creating. It's that Y, perpetual Y in the road. And that's just like the pumps of the veins. Okay, the valves. And I showed you that the other day, of the 2 chakras coming together is like a valve in the vein, right? And that is the 8. It's not a sealed 8. It's a never-ending cycle of 8. That's the source energy. That and I showed you that in my technical drawings, that the square is not a square, as opposed to you thinking of a square as bad as opposed to a circle, right? Because energy is circular, right? Like this. But what they wanted me to show you, which I told you about before, is that the square is a diamond. And a diamond is 2 cones split in 2, and they don't have points that are sealed. They're open to the flow of the vein. So they're saying that the diamond is actually that vessel that helps push the energy up, okay? So it's the prompt, that instigator, the thorn that prompts expansion. Okay, so now we have the past life deck. Okay, the past life deck. Take another deep breath, guys. Clear the line, clear the line. Everyone's going to still be here, but I am still calling on Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, what are our messages here for this March 30th? And you notice it's 3:30, which is 3 is the Empress and the Earth, and 30 is the Union, but they're all 3s of self-expression with Source supporting you. And 3 is all about, this color is all about self-expression, because it's the chakra, the solar plexus chakra, and Mary Magdalene, Buttercup. All right. So March 30th, 2019, for everyone watching, in the best and highest good of all those concerned. Breathe in that air. And I wanted to make Ralph a good-ass prana. Breathe in that air. Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, what is it? Is it best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is your guidance for us, Mother Mary? Mother Mary. There's a lot right there. 1 card. 3 cards. Anything else? And 2. That's it. Alright. So the bottom of the deck is the High Priest or Priestess reversed again. It's been coming up over and over again. Alright? Because you guys need to learn you are not separate from Source. You are Source. And also Food and Hunger again is reversed here. Okay? This is about focusing on your psychic abilities and bread and water and eating the right foods. But here is starvation. This is starvation of the body and the spirit. Don't starve yourself. Don't starve yourself of connection to Source, and don't starve yourself of the right food. As you see here is bread and a rusty cup. Okay, so it's toxic water. So it's very important to eat the food that you eat. And of course the things that the food comes from, the land and the seas and the air and the earth. And the fire, which is the source within your soul. Alright, so that's the underlying energy. The first bunch that came up were 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards came up. Let's see what I'm getting from this. We have here angels. Is that the only one? Persecution, Inquisition. We have Greco-Roman. We have Asia reversed. Asia minor I was just getting. Father. And love life. So let's see what I'm getting for that from you guys. With Asia minor, it was paralleling back to one of the lines from my songs that from Christos Sophia, which is Hieros Gamos. So they're confirming when I say at the end of that song, But they got it wrong because I'm the minor key. It's the masculine saying. The feminine's not the minor, the dark, the moon. I'm the minor key. And you are the sun in me. Okay? So they're bringing that back. It's like they're lining you up for graduation. I bring all you angels here today to talk about the past persecution and inquisition that you've all experienced. From the Colosseum to the Asian resistance. From the father that you never had to the love life that you've always wanted. That you are the angels. You no longer need to call on them. You no longer need to be the persecuted witch or the warriors of the Colosseum. That you've now had a breakthrough of light in your world, and the dark shadows, like Barnabas, are only there to cast shadows so that you can really be seen in your pure energy, in your divine light. Because only through the dark clouds can the divinity be seen. To let go of the Asian culture of sternness and coldness. And the Cold War is coming up as well. Do not use your solar plexus for these purposes. To forgive your father over and over again. Until he puts his finger in yours and lets you hold it. And that's, I want to hold your hand. It's father to son. It's not from the masculine to the feminine. It can be the father to the daughter as well. It's not father to son. It's father to son or daughter. It's about the father reaching out and connecting with their children. To not just be a figure in their life, but actually someone who's truly connected to them. And for the children to forgive him over and over and over again until he allows you to hold his index finger. Just like you would have when you were a little kid holding on to his hand across the street. And then, of course, the final card was the love of the rose, the high vibration, is that cherry on top. But remember that the love is always your heart. And it has nothing to do with a Valentine's Day card. That should be every day the way you treat each other. And then one card came out, which is vows, which is upright. It's about taking your vows, because Hieros Gamos is about your vows to each other, to yourself, with your, especially your female children looking on to see your example, so that to show how far women have come. And you notice in vows that there's a flame there, okay? That the match is lit for you to be an example to them and change it. The next three cards are ships. I'm sorry it's going long, but that's not so bad. It's the hour. It's the hour. The bewitching hour. So we have ships reversed, lessons and blessings, and Egypt reversed. Okay. I'm getting ships of yore. To let go of ships of yore, all of the ships that sank because of pirating or because they weren't built well or because of any reason, because they were top heavy. You bit off more than you could chew. Which they're making a funny for me too, because my son's nickname is Chew. He wasn't an easy baby. So the ships of your past have sailed. Those are no longer coming in. The lessons and blessings of time stop now. Stop here. With Egypt reversed. No longer hierarchy. Okay, so it's saying no more periods, no more pyramids. And then periods have to do with eras, not just your cycle, but eras of time. Letting go of time and eras, periods, and no more hierarchy. One's not bigger than the other. Okay? And also this was coming out as the square on the angle so you could see it better. Okay? So this end here really isn't closed. It opens to the next connection of the next diamond, and that's the valve. Just like what I was showing you. It's just confirming the gate is closed for the past. Hieros Gamos wipes it all out. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 6, 1, 3, and then 2. 6, 9, 10, 12. So there's 12, okay, which is wisdom. It's also the end of the cycle. It's also a dozen roses. Alright, and it's coming up 1, 2, 3, 6. Masculine, feminine, union, third energy, love. That's all there is. Okay, so the last two are spirituality and religion, and trust and faith. Okay, so it's saying you can learn about anything you want to, but don't read the book from beginning to end. Open it randomly. It'll tell you what you need to know at that moment. Use a candle, use real fire when you can, but it doesn't matter as long as it's light. The smallest light, even if it's a light bulb, will always lead to more light. Open your hands, use your palms. All right, we talked about palm and psalm, okay? So it's confirming that, but also open your palms to use your energy, right? Open up your chakras, all of your chakras, when you ground. And that ring is your promise to yourself. So this person has their hands like this, but the ring is on this hand, not this, because you're married to yourself. You're committed to yourself. You're committed to your spirituality with Source, your connection, your trust and faith that is always there even when you don't feel it. That the sun is always breaking through. There are always new breakthroughs. You just have to reconnect and open a book anywhere that you want. And you will get a message to steer you back in the right direction. Okay? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 6, 12. And of course 1, 2, 3 is a pyramid. It's an upside down pyramid of love. Okay, because 6 and 6 make a pyramid. It's a monad. It's two monads that come together is the valve that I was just talking about. Thank you, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, and all of you others here with me right now. Is there somebody who wants to call this one? Somebody who wants to stand out to me that I'm not that familiar with? Clear and alone. Clear and alone. Clear and alone. They told me that this one's from me. It's March 30th, 2019. For everyone watching, and the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? We're calling on Evelyn for this one. Little Eve. Okay, this is coming from me to you, for all my friends out there who I appreciate so much and have so much gratitude. Thank you for all being there on my journey. So, self, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is our guidance for today? To set us on our way. Oh, this was weird. Hold on. They got caught in the middle. It's showing you it got caught in the middle. They were literally turned sideways. You know how sometimes they may flip over in the deck or something like that? They were literally sticking out of the deck this way, sideways, like caught in the middle. It's like the thorn in the side. It's like the bacteria getting into the clam or the oyster to create the pearl. That you always need that trigger to expand further for the beauty to come out. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Embrace the pain. It's letting go of all fear. Don't fear yourself. I'm not reading 6 cards, but I am going to read one, so I'll take the rest of the deck and let's see what we get here. I will show you those. Is there one card that I need to read? Evelyn, what is the guidance? What card should be called? I get to choose? Oh, they want me to choose because it's coming from me. From my left hand, of course. Intimacy is 35. Is the wounded warrior, Mary Magdalene. That's the one that's going to be read. The bottom of the deck is Seat of the Heart, that your heart is your home, the lotus opening. 25 is the Knight of Wands, passionately riding in his higher vibe energy, the blues, greens, and golds. So maybe not as, the masculine can be very psychic, but he may not be always in his etheric realms as much as the feminine, but he's coming in from like, from solar plexus to third eye. And then we have the feminine for the other colors, the violet and white and gold, touches of gold. So the Christ light, that sparkly gold with white and purples and blues hues with a little bit of shadow to emphasize it. But this is really beautiful here. The energy there. The intimacy of Hieros Gamos. Let me see what these cards want to tell me. So besides the fact that 5 cards came out, not only was it the coming out like the thorn in the side, but it was 5, which is the expansion, that thorn energy. And we have 5 colors. We have magentas and reds. It's magenta, indigo, green, buttercup yellow, and violet and white. So it's telling you the chakras of importance. So the violet and white, the third eye, The magenta is the masculine heart, the high heart and the heart, and the throat chakra and the solar plexus. That's what they're telling you. Focus on the solar plexus to the crown. This is your focus. It just said it twice in 2 different ways. And I'm going to read you intimacy, which is about union. It's about Hieros Gamos. The seat of the heart. 35. How perfect that Mary Magdalene came up for the card to read, and yellow and this. And I want to show you that picture too, which I will. Your vulnerability for 35 intimacy is the key to your growing spirituality. Now is the time to share yourself openly without pretense or defensiveness. Let down the barriers that have held you apart from another, from the divine, from the world, and let yourself be held by the experiences of your life without needing to defend against them. Expect nothing and be open to receive everything. Your vulnerability is your way forward now. You are learning that you have enough strength to truly surrender. You are brave enough to allow yourself to be truly lived by the divine. The message of this oracle is that you have recently opened yourself up in new ways to meet the world and your loved ones, or are considering doing so in order to share something of yourself with another. Do it. You are ready to be seen and receive more than ever before. And it reads, the poem is intimacy. It was just 11144, or it was actually just 11011111 and 14, and then it was just 22 as well. So it's the magician embodiment, justice for all, the 11 again, justice for all, 1111, they're saying 1111, there's just 33 again. And then the 14 is for the angels, and the 22 for the fool taking a leap of faith, and they were just bringing 33 of the Christ vibration. And 44, the mastering of the cycles, okay? The poem of intimacy reads, becoming one, allowing all that is, both within and without, to blend like a wave meeting the shore. Each aspect of who we are is part of a grander whole. And in truth, yet greater still, to know myself is to know you. Whether I look in your eyes or touch lips or hold hands, I want to hold your hand, or bathe in the warmth of our embrace. Intimacy. And to my twin, I love you. And I have to show you the pictures, and I think we'll be good with that. I don't think you can do much better than that. Where did my thing go? It's back here. So this is the picture that I took of the buttercups. How beautiful are they? So taking that energy, okay? It's all about that Mary Magdalene energy today. Let me move this one. Let's see. And I took a bunch. I took another picture of these guys said they want to be seen as well, because there were 2 other flowers that I took as well, but they just weren't together, so. Alright, but sometimes, let's see, is it going the right way? Nope. We're going back the other way. Alright. So, those were some of the Psalms that came up. I want to show you the basic read first, so hold on. Alright, so this is the basic read for today. So don't judge a book by its cover. You probably never would have guessed that read from these basic cards that you just saw. You need to use your intuition along with your reads. For me, it's a relaxation technique because I tend to get nervous. Alright? Okay, guys. Rise and be